Hey, it's Soul with a kind of reference guide sort of video for gearing during the War Within preseason and just the preseason. I'm going to tell you where to go for gear, and I'm relying on this very oversized poster of a chart to guide us through. A link to a copy is available in the video description, and you're free to use it however you like. Of course, please like the video if this is useful, subscribe for more coverage, and catch me live on wherever I am. Preseason gearing is very limited, with few sources and in some cases lower item level rewards than what will be available when Season 1 begins. By the end of the preseason, in all likelihood, you'll be kitted out in mostly adventure level gear with an item level somewhere in the 580 range. Now let's assume that you're at max level right now and the preseason has officially kicked off. Here is your list of sources in no particular order, because honestly you can explore every gearing option right when reaching max level. The most powerful gear can be found by upping your renown. Reaching the renown levels shown on screen here will score you veteran level gear. It's the highest you can get during the preseason. Upping your renown quickly means clearing out side quests and world quests and rares in the area. It's a little bit grindy, though you know what you're working towards, and you'll get plenty of other random gear around the zones to use or sell or disenchant. Also at renown 5, you can start a quest called Those Who Fell around the area where the zone activity takes place in the northeastern part of the zone. This awards an item level 571 neck, which is an easy way to get started with gearing. Renown is shared across the warband, but in the case of vendors, you'll still need to purchase this gear with currency, which is tradable across characters. World quests are going to be great for explorer gear. Take a look at your map and see if there's anything cool, and if you see them, knock them out. There's also a chance you'll see adventure level gear too, and this ought to be an early priority because most of your gear is in need of replacement and these are easy to do. Another stop would be outdoor activities. This is a pretty open-ended step because you have lots of options. It really kind of depends on your playstyle. And here's what you get to choose from. Up in Dornogal, there's a random weekly quest to complete. Sometimes it's to clear a dungeon or complete an outdoor activity, which can be great because you can get double credit. Also in Dornogal, you may see a quest to clear a dungeon for a big rep bonus. This has a low chance of lining up too. Then there's the activities themselves, and I'm just going to give a very short and dirty summary. Each zone has an activity, by the way. Dorn has the theater troupe event, which happens every hour. You just kind of go around and complete random activities, not unlike time rifts. Bringing Deebs has Awakening the Machine, where you fight waves of mobs, and you can do this at pretty much any time. You just go to an NPC and start the event. Spreading the Light is a sort of public event where you activate and complete numerous objectives, and in Ojcat, you help out the numerous sub-factions out there with a variety of tasks. And there are special assignments in some zones where you complete a few world quests and a new quest reveals itself. All of these activities award various caches, and your objective is to complete at least 2 of them a week, 4 if you want to maximize your farming. So this sounds like a lot, but all I really told you are just the options. The way it works in practice is very simple. You just do 2 activities that you like the most or that you can do the fastest, and the caches you get will have rewards, notably adventurer gear, later it's going to be veteran gear, and you'll get keys for delves. You can optionally do 2 more activities, and while you won't get gear, these next 2 caches will award more of these delve keys. Your next stop, should you choose to take it, is delves. During the preseason, the first 3 levels of delves are available, and what you want to look out for are bountiful delves. They glow on the map. Their explanation tells you that they're bountiful delves where at the end you can use a key to open a special chest with gear. During the preseason, it might interest you to complete level 3 bountiful delves for a piece of random adventure level gear. You can repeat delves all you want, but you'll eventually run out of keys, and the gear that drops out of delves without keys, it's not that great at all. When Season 1 begins though, we're gonna have a very different conversation, so as much as it pains me to say, I kind of suggest not spending any of your delve keys at all during the preseason. As far as it looks, there's no cap to how many you can hold, so you can wait until the season begins and you can use these to loot more lucrative chests. If you want to go down this delve route eventually, or even now, you should at least get familiar with a reward loop that lets you keep going back into delves for gear, at least in theory. There's only so much testing I could do with a freshly leveled but under-geared protection paladin, but here's what happens. Completing bountiful delves gives you items called Radiant Echoes. These can be activated in certain areas of Khazalgar to start up a Radiant Echoes event, which might sound familiar. It's sort of like the pre-patch event, but a lot tougher. The goal in this sort of event is simple. You kill everything and you raise your score. The score will translate into a reward of Valor Stones and parts for you to make more delve keys to let you go back into delves for gear and then get more Radiant Echoes, and it goes on until you run out of gas. Since my testing was limited, I can't say for sure that you can go on this endless loop of running Bountiful Delves and Radiant Echoes, but the intent at least is this can give some longevity to players who want to keep at it with the Delve game. I'll have much better information to give you in future guides once the season starts and we can get the entire scope of what Delves are about. For now, the takeaway is Delves are a pretty good source of starting gear during the preseason if you want it to be, but again, I advise holding on to whatever Delve keys you get and use your time in Delves to get used to how they work and also to level up your companion Bran. During the preseason, he can be leveled up all the way to 15. And then there's heroic dungeons. Finally, if you're still having trouble filling holes in your gear, crafted gear and the auction house is the place to go. I'll tell you now, virtually every armor and weapon crafting profession will be making cheap, max-level gear to level their professions. This might be an opportunity to easily gear up quick and make this your first stop in the gearing process. It really depends on your realm and how much gold you're willing to blow. You're not going to be the only person looking in this direction because enchanters are likely to suck up these for enchanting points and materials. Some highlights I'll point out in case you forgot: Renown is your path to veteran gear early in the preseason. Developing Bran in Delves is a worthwhile investment if Delves are your progression path of choice. World quests and weekly activities are the fastest way to get good pieces of gear, especially if you're gearing multiple alts, and they help contribute towards Renown. Heroics are good for practicing dungeons later on, but it's a little bit RNG with the gearing. And that's the guide. Feel free to download the sheet for all the references, and there's a link on it so you can update to a new version if I make one available. If this turned out useful, please like the video, subscribe for more coverage, catch me live, and I'll catch you later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.